Hello everybody, coming in for another video talking about some Seikos. One that I had recently just acquired, which is the Seiko SPB149. And I thought I have a lot of Seikos. I really do love the Seiko brand, what they're able to give you for a very reasonable price. And this is the Seiko Sumo. These are probably my two favorite Seikos. Obviously the SPB149 recently just came out, but it's quickly becoming an everyday wear. I can't seem to take it off my wrist. I just love that very subtle, deep blue. It's almost even hard to get it in this light to actually show how, like, the deepness of the blue. In most light, it looks just dark gray to black. But when it hits the light just right, you get almost like a sunburst blue effect across the dial, but it just looks so rich. And then the Seiko Sumo. Obviously we're looking at two different size watches here. The Seiko Sumo being about 44.5 millimeters, and the Seiko 149 here being 40.5 millimeters. The Seiko SPB149 came with a blue, a very dark blue, to kind of match the dial over here, but I didn't really love it. It didn't really fit me the best, and I was wearing the stainless steel strap for a while, and then I just kind of switched to my good old-fashioned Barton rubber bands, rubber straps. It doesn't matter what band I seem to start with, I always end up using one of these Barton straps. And personally, this color, this just nice light gray color, I think complements it very nicely. The thickness is a little over 12 millimeters. Not too bad for a diver's watch. The Sumo has a 6R15, while the new Seiko here has a 6R35, which is just their newer 6R15 movement. To be honest, the 6R15 here must be tuned a little bit better than my SPB149, because the Sumo seems to keep perfect time. I mean, I barely ever have to adjust it if it has a good wind in it. But the new one that just came out with the 6R35 movement runs pretty quickly. In a couple days, I do see it's probably a minute fast, which I don't really mind. It's not the biggest deal in the world. I just, unscrew the crown, pull it out for a minute, and then just put it back in. I will say, when you do screw out the crown, there's not that many threads. So I'm surprised it has 200 meters water resistance, because there really doesn't seem to be that many threads. You maybe give it 2 turns and it's back in, while as the Sumo, you gotta like turn it, 4 or 5 times before it's fully screwed in. But look, I believe him. I'm not going diving with it anyway. It's basically just washing it. I tend to wash my watches every day with some soap and water after a day of wearing them. The one thing I will say I would have liked to see at this price point, I think the retail was $13.50, I believe. I did pay retail for it a couple weeks ago. I wish it did come with a see-through back. I would love to see the movement. The Sumo doesn't have a see-through back either, but it also was at a much lower price point. This has a Hardlex crystal, whereas the SPB149 has a sapphire crystal, which for $1,350, you better get a sapphire crystal. Let's just do a quick wristwatch check. Well, I just remembered. Today I'm wearing my Tudor Black Bay. Yeah, let's get it zoomed here. Let's get it in focus. Again, Barton silicone strap. If you can tell, it has a hint of burgundy to match the dial on the inside that runs through the strap. it's amazing how many compliments I get. Like, oh my god, that band matches the watch so perfectly. That's Barton for you. I know it's very random that I have some random boxing and baseball and a random Superman card in the background, but that's what you got. But yeah, just taking a look at these two watches again. Just love seeing these. Just love breaking these out every day. I really don't own any. This is the first Seiko, the SPB149, that I've had with these kind of hands, which I really do like. This has more of the, I think they call them the cathedral style hands, which I also love. But I really do love the change of pace here because I don't really have any watches that have this style of hands. I really do like that. You kind of do see, when you put them right next to each other, you actually really do see the bit of blue, the blue hint. This obviously, the Sumo being black on black. Yeah, just really overall, two beautiful watches. I really would recommend it if you're into Seiko and you're looking to just extend your line. I mean, you probably, I don't know if these are going to ever go down in price. I know people are trying to resell them on eBay for like a couple $100 over retail, but I don't know, maybe you know somebody who can kind of get you one for maybe a little bit cheaper. I really didn't want to wait to get it, so I wanted to just get it from an authorized dealer. Get all the information on the back, limited edition, the number, Seiko, 200 meter water resistance, all the standard stuff, 6R35 movement. Not assigned crowned, which also was a little disappointing. I would have liked them to have a signed crown for the price. Even the Sumo, which I think I got it for, I believe around $500 when I bought it. Now I see them actually going up a little bit, even on like Amazon. I think I got this on Amazon, and I think I paid around $500 for it. And now I see them kind of going up in price a little bit. I don't know why. Maybe they went down from the last time I checked, but it even for that amount of price, it even has a very nice signed crown as opposed to this one, which does not. Always appreciate drilled lugs, even though all the Barton straps are quick release anyway. I find that they still fit perfectly. If you don't have something with quick release straps and it has drilled lugs like this, then I find I size up a millimeter if I'm using, another band that I need to put in my own spring bars. Because if it's 20 millimeters, it'll actually slide into the little bit, and then one side will come out. But with these, because the spring bars are stuck in these straps, they can't move either way because of this pole over here to take the straps on and off. It won't move, and it still feels pretty sturdy. It doesn't feel like even though it's drilled lugs, it's not going anywhere. I've been wearing this with this strap for about 2 weeks now, and it ain't going anywhere. Yeah, it complemented the Sumo with a nice blue. Trust me, I tried this blue with this watch, and it doesn't work. It's too much. The blues contrast each other. This light gray seems to be the best I could find in terms of matching it, complementing the watch, and I just think it's perfect. I have not been able to take it off since I put it on. Just giving you another shot of these watches. I didn't show you the back of the Sumo. I will say Seiko is pretty good with they put a lot of information in the back of their watches, as opposed to, let's say, I'm going to show you the Tudor here, where they put nothing on the back of these watches. I know Rolex doesn't really put a lot of anything on the back either, just, Yeah, just Tudor, Geneva, Swiss, and their insignia. Coming back to our two Seikos here. Let me show you the profiles again. They really do wear very differently, because when you have a big watch like this, you know, it's important, you know, for me, with a guy with some very small wrists, to have these, how it's curved at the end as it goes out. See how that's curved? So that really does actually make it fit a lot nicer on my small wrist. I have 6 3/4 inch wrists. So that curve actually really does help me wear this watch just much easier. It still looks big on my wrist, trust me, but that does help it wear a lot nicer. Whereas opposed to this is not as curved. It's pretty straight. I know it looks curved in over here, but it really wears like it's pretty straight. Those lugs really, you know, it really comes out. It's very pronounced when you wear it on the wrist, which is not a big deal because the case is a lot smaller. It's only 40.5 millimeters. Still got the curve there, but not as significant as the Sumo. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you were able to enjoy looking at a couple of my favorite Seikos that I've been wearing recently. Maybe got a little information about straps, Barton. Check them out on Amazon. And maybe you enjoyed looking at some random cards in the background. Alright, everybody, have a good one.